Hey everybody and welcome. I just wanted to show you the BCTC starter shell. This is an ultra course starter shell. This is something you can use in your course to basically start from scratch. This gives you all the items you'll need basically in a course in ultra, just to give you the bones of it. Not everything you'll need, of course. You'll still have to add all your content, but this will give you the bones of what we recommend you have in your course. So you'll see there's a couple of areas here. There's a start here section. So if you click here, the start here section, you'll see we have welcome to the course, and of course you're going to edit that to be whatever you want it to be. I'll click on it and you can kind of see an example of what it looks like. And you can see I've kind of given you a description of what I want to do. I usually split it into sections, and then here's just a sample welcome message you can have. You can notice it's got instructions accessing publisher content if you have that, instructor content information or contact information. I always say in there, like right here, it says, it generally takes me 24 to 48 hours to respond to email. Don't respond over the weekend. Put your expectations there. That way students won't, if they email you, if you don't have anything in there, they expect an immediate reply. If you have something in there that says, I usually don't reply within 48 hours or 72 hours or whatever it may be, it could be 3 weeks. I don't recommend that, but it could be, put that in there. That way your expectations are already, they know what to expect. And it just has some tutoring information, some other links, and I say, next, read the syllabus. So anyway, that's kind of the welcome to the course. Edit that the way you want it to. You would put your syllabus here. That would be something you would update. You can put proctoring information. You notice that's hidden from students, but if you do proctoring, you would put that information there. If you have software downloads, like you have specialized software, maybe it's a CAD program or some kind of design software or a simulation software, whatever it may be, you would want all your directions right here. The more questions you can answer in the start here sections, the less headaches you will have later on. Can't stress that enough. The more you answer here, the less you have to answer later. Even if you get questions that are already answered here, you know how students are. Half the time they don't read everything. If it's there, at least you can just send a quick reply back saying, check the start here area for directions on how to do that, whatever it is. So you can type in your detailed instructions here instead of having to answer the same question 10 times in email. Have to do that all the time. I've learned just put it all in there, put as much detail as you can. I mean, even answer the simplest little thing like links, where you click this, how do you get there, the tech support sites for that software. So if you do have, like, let's say it is a simulation software ran by XYZ company, I always put links to XYZ company support numbers or their support links, their knowledge bases and stuff in that software download instructions. That way, I don't have the technical knowledge to install or fix their software, but they do. So I always include that in there. If you create videos on your own, as far as instructions on how to do things in your course, that's a great way to put, or that's a great section to put them in, is in course instruction videos. You could put those in individual areas of your course. Like if you have one on how to do a certain assignment, put that in the actual assignment you're working on or the unit or section you're doing it in. But if you have general, like I usually do, how to submit assignments here, how to use some of the software. I have that kind of stuff put there. There's certain things that apply to my whole digital electronics course, for example, like how to do notations in an expression where we can't put lines over top of something in text. So there's a way to notate that in just regular text. So I'll put that in a video right there. The support links are links to Bluegrass support and also system-wide support links. So you can just use those, copy them over, and use them. The only thing you may want to make sure of, if the websites get updated, you may want to just check those links every semester or two to make sure they're still working. The Office 365, that is also directions on how to download the software. I put a note on the top of mine, and I'll go in here and show you. I'll put a note on mine that all submissions must be in Word, must be Word files. That way I'm not getting these weird, WordStar or, some kind of Linux based software or some kind of weird files. If you always say they have to be in Word or text files, then that's where I always say it. So anyway, that gives them the free version of the Office 365. If they're new to online learning, it kind of gives a little description of kind of basic guidelines to studying, just some basic things. And then Netiquette is just an outline of how to react or how to act online, how to be, basically be a good human being online. Just some basic guidelines. So anyway, that's the start here. You can add things to this, or I wouldn't take away too much, but at least you can add things there if you want. These two sections are how to use Blackboard. So the very first one, this how to use Blackboard Learn Ultra, is a very, very basic outline of what how Ultra compares to the original course. So if they're just now using Ultra, and most students haven't used Ultra courses. So if you want to give them a basic, this is what's changed, knowing what to do, submitting assignments, things like that. If you want just a basic overview, this is great to have in your class. If you want them to have something more detailed, then you can use the student learning module. This one will take it says 1 to 2 hours. Depending on the student, it may take up to 4 hours to actually work through all the modules in this. So if you click on it, you can see there's a getting started, navigating the Learn site, the Ultra course, submitting work in Blackboard, tracking your performance. That's looking at your grades and things. And then there's some links to just videos, support videos for students. So this is just a little short, like orientation type course that they can go through and learn how to use Blackboard Ultra courses. And this is more comprehensive than the basic how to use Blackboard Learn Ultra. So that's up to you. Use whichever one you want. I do recommend you use one or the other. That's up to you completely, but I would recommend one or the other. This particular discussion board is questions about the course. These, and you can see it's just general questions about the course. These are things like if somebody's having problems accessing something, or, hey, this is not working, or how in the world did you figure this out? I usually say, everybody can read this. You might want to add a note in there that, this is not for posting questions about assignments necessarily. You can do that as in other areas. Don't give out answers. You may, say whatever you want here, but that's generally, I usually keep a general discussion board for everybody. Even if you don't use discussion boards, I have one available for students to ask questions and check it every once in a while to make sure nobody's posting stuff here, because it's easy to overlook them. I also this is my first, like the syllabus quiz is my no-show assignment. So you can see the conditional availability is just based on date. So for this particular sample, I just set it up as May 15th of 2020, that it becomes available, and it goes off on, you can see the due dates way off. I haven't updated that. But anyway, leave it up for a little while. And, for those first couple weeks of class, once the no-shows are due, you can pretty much take this off and hide it. But then I also can set up conditional availability for this. They must complete and get 100% on the syllabus quiz to be able to even access the course content. So they can't even start the class until they've taken and gotten 100% on the syllabus quiz. The syllabus quiz, it's blank right now. There are no content in here. What I usually do, I do basic things like where can I find due dates? I might ask what is one of the main projects, or how do I submit this, or whatever you want to do just to make sure they actually read the syllabus. Don't make it too hard. I mean, it shouldn't be ridiculous, but if they read through the syllabus, they should have a pretty good understanding of what's there. You click on this box right here, the settings, and you can change all of your, the due dates and things like that, which I probably need. Yeah, you can see it's due way too early, but I'm going to hide it on the 5:15, and then you can do allow class conversations. That's where students can actually comment on the actual assignment itself. Randomized questions, that's up to you. The grade category, you can leave it as whatever. I just left it as presentation because I don't use presentation in my weighted grade, so I just left it as that. Unlimited attempts, always keep the last attempt with a grade, or you can keep the highest, but attempt with the highest grade, that's probably the best way to do it. Not that I'm going to grade, you count this as a grade anyway. And so anyway, so hit save and it's ready to go. And then the last section, just to show you the course content, I don't have anything here, but this is where you're actually going to create your content. And you can create it a couple different ways. You can make this course content a folder, or you can make it a learning activity. And I may actually change this. By the time you actually see this course, that will probably be something that look a little different. It won't be a folder. It'll be something else. So it'll actually be, let me just do it real quick. Oh, want to click that? Go ahead. It will actually be a learning module. Learning modules I've found work a little bit better. as far as how they look and things. So I'm going to actually make this course content. It's pretty cool how easy that is. I mean, it's so simple. I'm going to delete this one. Delete. Do it right here live on video. And then this one I want to make conditional availability. And I'm going to do it on performance. And it's going to be on syllabus quiz. And they have to have, oops, the minimum is 100 and the maximum is 100. So you could say, 90 to 100 or whatever you wanted to say there. And I'm going to hit save. Yeah, so now this won't be available until after they do the syllabus quiz. And the learning module looks pretty much the same. You're just going to add things here under that. A folder, you would add content to the folder. Course content, you can actually add folders. Like I can click here and actually create folders underneath the learning module. So it makes it just easier to arrange. So anyway, this is something you can start out with. Like I said, you can kind of change it whatever way you want to, but these are good bones to get you started in the course. So this is what you'll see in the basic starter shell.